Good morning, my dear yogi, and welcome to another Wake Up Yoga. Today we're going to focus a bit on your balancing skills. So if possible, grab one block just to protect yourself from falling. It's always a good support, you're going to see. But if you're bit more advanced yogi, then maybe you might not even need it. Okay, let's begin. First, start in a comfortable sitting position. You can go back to Virasana, what I did before, or you can keep your knees crossed or legs crossed. If your knees are really high and that's giving attention to your groins, put something under like a rolled blanket or towel. And first, stretch your spine toward the sky. Feel a beautiful lengthen from your sit bones to the crown. Then slide your hands where it's most comfortable for you, your thighs or your knees. And take a few deep breaths, finding yourself on the mat and present. Present meaning that your mind focuses on things happening right now. So if it thinks and wonders about what happened yesterday, it's digesting non-digested yet feelings and emotions. You're moving forward to your plans for today. Take a deep inhale, and when you exhale, imagine that from your heart you push them away, creating a beautiful bubble around you. A bubble with a transparent membrane, but no thoughts or feelings are right now moving through that bubble toward you. So no, they are not touching you, they are not disturbing you. It's only you right now. And now focus on a place in between your eyebrows. You can make a little dot with your finger in between over your nose and focus on that one particular spot. If it's hard for you to focus, you don't feel anything, you can lick your finger or kiss it and give yourself a nice dot in between the eyebrows again. And now from that spot, drill into your mind. Inside your head to the point of Ajna chakra that gives you insight, that is connected with your intuition, that gives you knowledge and wisdom, not only right now but throughout your whole life. And after that, breathe in a very fast meditation. Slowly lift your palms, let them touch in front of your chest, thumbs to your heart. Inhale, take a nice stretch with your spine up, and exhale, bow your chin to the chest or mind toward your heart. And let's chant our one Om as the beginning of a practice. You can listen or chant with me. Beautiful. With your next inhale, blink open your eyes and rise your gaze. Look down at your feet and recross your legs. If you kept them crossed, if you're in Virasana, stay here for another minute. Now open your arms. With an inhale, lift them really high. Now cross your arms. Remember which one is on top. In my case, it's the right one. Grab your opposite shoulder. Push your shoulders away from each other. Yes, stretch that place. Move your elbows in the front, and then with your next inhale up to the sky and release down. Release your hand, make another circle, hands up. And now recross your legs. So now my left is on top, my right down. And again, grab your shoulder, move elbows front and up. When you're lifting up, root your sit bones and stretch the belly. Yeah, great. Release. Once again, inhale, lift. Cross the very first as you did for the very first time. Spread your elbows wide away from each other. And now grab, either make the full Garudasana bind or touch the tops of your palms together. Yeah, oops. Decide which one is the best. You can also grab your thumb for less twisting. And inhale, lift, elbows away. Elbows lifting up, shoulders away from each other and down. Now unwind, once again lift and recross the second way. So my left is on top, spread them wide, tops together. Grab your thumb or make the full Garudasana bind. Wide shoulder blades, elbows front, lift. And exhale, lower. Beautiful. That's it. Shake your hands. And let's move to our all fours, hands and knees. We're going to stay on the knees a bit. So if you have a blanket, put one underneath. And we start as usually with cat and cow. Lift on an inhale your head and tailbone up. Exhale, head and tailbone down. When you inhale, arch down. Navel pulls down, spread your collarbones. You can tuck or untuck your toes, whatever is more comfortable for your kneecaps. Yeah, I'm gonna keep my toes tucked. It's really more comfortable. But if this is more comfortable for you, then keep your feet stretched. Beautiful. I hope the spine is already warmed up a bit. Walk your hands to the knees. Inhale, lift hands up in a belly seal pose. Keep your navel in, tailbone down. Stretch your lumbar, your chest and ribs lifting up from your pelvis. Now dive down. Arch your spine. Move your navel in and walk your hands as much front as possible. Then look to your front, half plank. Move your spine to the front. Again, keep your navel in. Exhale, lower down. Stretch your toes right now. Inhale, lift for a baby cobra. You can lift your hands as well. Exhale, down. Next inhale, let's move to the full cobra. Remember, it's the beginning of the day, so keep your spine soft, shoulders down, elbows close to your ribs and your pubic bone down. And back to all fours, hands and knees, adjust. We're gonna repeat it 3 more times. So keep your toes tucked or untucked, stretch backwards. Inhale, lift using your core. Maybe now a little back bend, hands go behind. Exhale, hands down, dive and walk to the front and come to half plank. Exhale, down. Inhale, baby cobra to warm up your spine even more. Exhale, down. Inhale, full cobra. And exhale, hands and knees go backwards. And lift. Yeah, take your hands up. Exhale, down. Walk your hands, half plank. And exhale, down. Inhale, baby cobra. Maybe lift your hands, stretch your toes backwards. Forehead down. Inhale, up. Yeah, as you see, each time it's much easier. Okay, last time. Go behind. Inhale, lift. Yeah, exhale down. Half plank. Down. Baby cobra lift. And exhale down. Now lift for a full cobra, elbows down, shoulders down. And your all fours, hands and knees. If that was a lot for you, come to your child's pose. If not, stay in your all fours, hands and knees. Walk your knees slightly closer to each other and your hands a bit wider, so they're as wide as your mat. And first, stretch your one leg. I'm starting with my left, but you are invited to do it with your right first. Stretch your calf, heel goes backwards. Keep your navel in and your crown front to find one line. Again, tuck or untuck your toes. Now lift your leg parallel to the ground, so not lifting really up, just parallel. Keep your navel in, stretch the lumbar for an additional flow. And now lift the opposite arm up with a thumb up. Beautiful. Stay here for 2 breaths. Yeah, it's a great balancing exercise and kind of centering exercise. Great. Release both your hand and your knee. Let's do the same with the second side. So my right leg, push it behind, stretch the calf, the heel, navel in, your crown reaching front. Now lift your left leg parallel to the ground. If possible, look somewhere so you're not lifting too much, then a lot of tension goes on your lumbar. Lift your left or the opposite arm. Try to stretch from your heel to your fingers. Yeah, beautiful. And release down, hand and knee down. Now stretch your left just like we did. But instead of lifting opposite arm, lift the same arm, the same side. Yeah, beautiful. And keep that pose for around 3 breaths. Beautiful. And after those 3 breaths, release your hand, release your knee. The same on the second side, lift your right. If the first side was hard, maybe keep your toes down and then lift your hand. It's the same exercise, just a bit easier. If not, try to lift. Yeah, it's a really beautiful centering exercise. Knees down. Okay, that was a lot for the belly. So let's do one locust. Come to your front half plank. Exhale down. Now inhale, stretch your hands behind, lift your legs, look down to extend the back of your neck. Another few breaths. And hands down, forehead down, full cobra lift, and exhale, child's pose. Stay in your child's pose for another few breaths whenever you need, or take a sip of your water before we go to more advanced stuff. And from here, lift your head, move to your hands and knees, tuck your toes, and lift for our first downward facing dog. Walk your heels one at a time down to the ground. And walk your feet to your hands or your hands to your feet in a nice comfortable fashion. Bend your knees, belly resting. You can shake your head yes and no, if the neck is released. Next, inhale, halfway lift, parallel spine. You can push away from your thighs. And exhale, release. If you are very stretched, you can keep your hands your fingertips on the mat, trying to stretch the back of the legs and release. So use the lift of your choice. This one is definitely much easier. You can also push away from your shins. Great. Next, inhale, chair pose, but lift your hands around and up. We did it 1 week ago. Stay here in a chair pose to warm up the muscles of your legs. Yeah, we're gonna need them. Weight on your heels, your navel in, stretch your lumbar, lift your hands. If it's hard, hands parallel to the ground. And now lift all the way up, stretch behind, and hands together. Beautiful. Let's take that blanket away. We won't be on the knees so much right now. And move to the front of your mat for some sun salutations, but sun salutations with a twist. Sorry, I have something in my throat today. I hope it won't matter that much. Open your palms to the side. Find your nice Tadasana pose. Lift it from your heels to your crown. Inhale, lift your hands around and up. Exhale, lower, all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back with your left and lower the knee. Inhale, hands lift. Great. And now move your left to the front, right on top. Make the bind of your choice. Keep your navel in, so the weight is more on the knee than in the front. Yeah, beautiful. Now inhale, lift your elbows and this construction up. Exhale, elbows to your front knee or in the middle for a bend. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Next, inhale, unwind, move your hands slightly behind if possible. Exhale, hands down. Move either to your half plank, moving your knee backward, or to a full plank, lifting the knee and stepping back. Exhale, let's go down. Inhale, move up into cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. You can walk your feet slightly closer. Find your straight spine. If it's comfortable, walk your heels, bending one leg at a time. Then look to your front, step with your left, lower right knee on the ground. Yeah, we start with left foot front. Inhale, lift. Now right hand, left one on top. Make an eagle bind. Move your elbows front. And 3 times that little cat and cow Vinyasa, or a fusion of cat and cow, Gardasana and Anjayasana. Beautiful. Release your arms, move them backwards. Hands down on the mat. Lift your back heel, bounce for a few times. And that will help you to make a bouncy step front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, make a full lift. Hands to touch. Exhale to your heart. And let's do the second side. You can stay with low lunge or Anjayasana, what we just did. Or if you feel strong enough, go to high lunge. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, halfway up, parallel spine. Exhale, hands down, step with your right. Keep now knees up and inhale, lift. Beautiful. And let's start with, so the left leg is front. Let's move left hand, right one on top. And then the bind of your choice. Navel in, lengthen your lumbar. Maybe you have to bend the back leg slightly. Inhale, lift. Exhale, elbows down. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Lift your hands, maybe move them up, extending your spine. Exhale, hands down. Step into plank, lift your navel in, stretch your shoulder blades, and exhale, move down. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. You know what's coming next, no? Look to your front, step with your right. Great, inhale, lift. Now right hand down, left one on top. Make the bind of your choice. Strong core, lengthen your lumbar, tailbone down. Maybe you have to bend your back, knee down slightly. And 3 times lift. Exhale, elbows down. Lift. Elbows down. And hands lift, this time parallel. Exhale, hands down, and immediately take a step front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower down. Next inhale, full. Hands lift, palms up. And hands down to your chest. Close your eyes. Yeah, take a few deep breaths. Maybe focus on that point in between your eyebrows. Or take that little break to drink your water. Okay, let's go further into our sequences. So step to the front of your mat again if you moved somehow. Now inhale. Hands on your hips, lift your left leg. Find balance just standing on your right. If it's hard for you, bend the leg slightly. And now kick your left backwards. Step into high lunge. And put the heel down for warrior one. Warrior one, hips facing front. Bend your front knee, lift your arms. Another exercise just to warm up the body, hands behind. We did it 1 week ago. Interlace your fingers and lift your chest for you know what's gonna happen. Humble warrior one. Gently move your chest down on your front knee and lift your hands up. Keep your navel in and your legs really strong. Great, release. First your hands on the sacrum, then roll up. Keep your left hand on your thigh, lift your right. Gently behind you, open your chest. Yeah, beautiful. I know it's hard, it's the beginning of a day. And now release your hands back down, lift your back heel. And use the force of your hand, a little swing to the front, come to your warrior three. I know it's hard. Lift your hands, lift your leg. Just what you did at the very beginning. Rotate now your knee to the side for a tree pose. And as you remember, we're not going straight to the side. It's more like a diagonal. Navel in, lengthen your lumbar. Find a nice lengthen in the whole spine from your heel to your crown. And exhale, release. So as you see, it's not that hard, but because there's a lot of balancing poses, it might be challenging. I'll go to the second side so you see me better and you don't see my back. Hands on your hips. Now lift your right. Kick your right leg behind and take a step for a high lunge. Heel goes down. It's not a big angle. Your pelvis facing front, tailbone down. Inhale, hands lift for warrior one. Maybe bend that front knee slightly more. Hands go behind, interlace your fingers. Now change one finger away. Inhale, lift your chest. Move up, hands lift, pulling down. And now the chest goes on your front leg. Release your neck, lift your hands. Keep your navel in and your legs stable. First, release your hands and slowly roll up to warrior one. Right hand stays on your thigh, the same side. Left one lifts up and maybe goes behind it. So right hand is really light. Maybe you can walk it down like a little spider. Great. And come back to the front, hands down. Lift the back heel and use the force of your hands to slowly lift to warrior one, standing on your left leg. Navel in, push your heel backwards. Great. Come back up, lifting that knee. Knee rotates on the side. Put your sole on the thigh, hands to your heart. Try to not lift the leg. I know it's very tempting, but we do everything using the muscle force. Yeah, beautiful. One more inhale and exhale. Release your foot. Maybe shake your legs. It's helping a lot. And me, I move back to the first front of my mat for another sequence. Yes, beautiful. Hands on your hips, lift your left, kick your left backwards and step back. Now move to your warrior two. Face the long side of the mat, bend your front knee over your ankle, back heel down. Now it's a much bigger angle. Stretch your hands front and back. And just to warm up your hips slightly more. Inhale, hands lift, stretch your front leg. Exhale, down. Two more times. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch. Yes, beautiful. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stretch. Great. So I hope your pelvis is now nicely released. Let's go to crescent. Left hand down, right one up. Look at your thumb and move backwards to open your chest. Now exhale, elbow on your knee, lift your left. If this is easy, you can go down, grabbing the ground, touching the ground. But if not yet, it's the beginning of the day, keep the elbow on your knee. Now look at your block, grab the block, and you can put your hand here, or maybe lower height. Lift your hand once again and start to stretch that right leg. Yeah, beautiful. Send your sit bones backwards, your crown forward, and then bend. The kinesthetic stretch to help you keep a very safe pelvis and joints. Beautiful. And now stay in your Trikonasana. Hopefully your spine parallel to the ground. Look to your front. Again, that left hand goes on your hip. Bend your front knee. Take the highest height of your block, move it forward and a bit outside on your right side of the mat. And now try maybe another step. Lift that back leg for Ardha Chandrasana. Lift your left. If that is feeling stable enough, you can release your hand. Yeah, and stay here balancing on your right leg. Beautiful. And release, step backwards, stretch both of your knees, crescent triangle, hands behind. Helicopter your hands to the front, lift the back heel, lower the knee down. We go into a twist. If your left hand is not touching the mat, grab that block. If not, hand on the mat. You can lift your back knee or keep it down. Inhale, hand goes up, wide circle, and down. Through your front, up and behind, down. So when you lift, you can lift also the back knee and down. So again, we do like a kinesthetic stretch. Or if you feel strong enough, stay here with your hand lifted and your knee as well. Yeah, beautiful. Release your hand down. If your knee was down, move it up. Lift your chest, front one line from your back heel to your crown. And again, use that little swing to come to your warrior three. Yeah, beginning of a day. But this time, lift your knee to your chest. You have it? I hope you do. Find one line through your right leg to your crown, and with an exhale, lift that knee slightly higher. And again, inhale one line, and again, slightly higher. Now grab your knee with your right hand. Keep aligned, lift your left up. I know it's going to be very challenging, and start moving that left hand behind. So the same hand as the leg is bent now. Yeah, if possible, look behind at your thumb, or at the camera in my case, and come back to the front and release. Ooh, that was powerful. Okay, let's shake your legs and I move to the second side of the mat, otherwise you see the back of mine. Not fancy at all. Okay, and shift your weight on the left, lift your right knee. Kick backwards, make a big step for warrior two. Remember, front knee over your ankle, showing in the same direction. If the knee moves to the side, to the middle, then it means you need to step backwards or step wider to have better comfort for your pelvic and hips. Great. Hands parallel to the floor. 3 times. Inhale for a lift, exhale for a bend, to warm up your hips even more. Beautiful. We are warmed up. Let's go to crescent. Left hand down, right up and behind. Yeah, beautiful. And let's move to your Parshva Konasana. Hand up or over your head. If you feel strong enough and flexible enough, hand down. But at the beginning of the day, even arm here. Yeah, beautiful. And I forgot my block, so imagine that you put your block in front of your foot. You can place your hand here. If you don't have a block, grab your shin. Yeah, but keep that knee slightly bent to avoid overstretching. And again, you can bend and stretch, bend and stretch. When you stretch, sit bones backwards, chest and crown front. Okay. Another 2 or 3 times. And I have to tell you, without a block, it's going to be harder, but it's not impossible. Right hand on your hip, or the one that was up. Take a smaller step. Grab your fingers, the mat or the floor. Lift your right. Great. Then lift your right hand and try to lift slightly. Ooh, left side. Yeah, beginning of a day. That's challenging. Okay, let's move backwards. Hands behind. And open. Helicopter your hands down on the mat. Put your knee down. And lift your left. Or let's make that circles. If you decide to make circles, tug the back heel every time your hand is up, lift the knee for more stretching and strengthening of the body. And let's move into the full expression of that pose. Hand down, left one up, stretch your leg, your legs, navel in, beautiful, strong core. Hands down, lift that back knee if you didn't before, and one swing to the front. Yeah, the beginning of a day, it's challenging, but this is why we do yoga. We need to challenge ourselves. And slowly lift, grab your knee, find a balance on your left. Take a deep inhale. With an exhale, lift your knee slightly higher. And again, inhale. And exhale. Grab the knee with your left, lift your right up, find your balance again, and gently twist. Your right hand goes behind. Maybe you can look at your thumb. Whoa! Yeah, it happens even to yoga teachers. And go back to your front. and release. Great. Shake your hands, shake your legs. And let's go to the final pose of today, Garudasana. If you're having problems with your balance, grab your block again. I'm going to show you how to do it with a block. And I'm going to do the mirroring. So step comfortably on your feet. Now take your left around your right one and bend the right one. We want to move the knee like almost in front of the one that is on top, almost. And we bend like in a chair pose. Sit bones backwards, strong core, lengthen your lumbar. Look which leg is on top. It's the left one. So left hand goes on top, left hand goes down, right one on top, and then make a bind of your choice. Beautiful. And if possible, lift that foot or entangle it around your right shin. Stay here for a few breaths. Wide shoulder blades, stretched spine, weight on your heel, not on your toes. Beautiful. And release, stretch gently. If you were using your block on the first side, put it on the second, and let's move. So now your right goes around, bend your left. As you see, it's not knee in front of the knee, it's really, we're trying to keep them almost aligned. Almost. I know it's impossible. Okay, right hand, left one on top. So the same leg is first hand. Make a bind of your choice. Maybe entangle that right leg around your left shin. Wide shoulder blades. Center in. Core strong. Lengthen your lumbar. Yeah, beautiful. And stretch again, shake your legs. Yes, beautiful. Now step really wide apart. Interlace your fingers over your head, push your palms up, and just make a little stretch on your right, on your left, back and front. Yeah, beautiful. I know that was a lot for the morning. Put your blocks on the side and let's move down on your mat. Inhale, hands lift. Exhale, lower down, belly on your thighs. Step one leg, then second leg. Knees really wide, big toes touching, and your pelvis in between the heels, forehead down. Wide-legged child's pose or 12-point pose depending on your lineage. Stay here for a few breaths. And then gently lift. Walk to your one side. Let's start with the right. Hands might even go on the floor, not on the mat. Stretch your left even more. Left hip down to your heel and release. A beautiful side stretch. And then gently lift, walk your hands to the second side. And again, maybe you can walk that right even further, maybe even left further. And release, the hip goes to the heel for a more profound stretch. And then gently lift, walk your hands to the middle. And start rolling up your spine. Okay, let's go to supine Gomukhasana to stretch that side hips even more. I know they were working a lot. So gently roll down your mat. Great. Lift your legs. Hands might be right now by your side in a comfortable fashion. Now take your right over your left, like we did in Garudasana. But instead of like staying here or trying to entangle them, We do the opposite. Flex your feet and move your feet away from each other. Maybe lift even higher, grab your shins, your ankles, or your feet, and just stay here for some additional stretch. Beautiful. Release your feet. Change your legs. So now the left one is on top. Flex your feet. Move them away from each other. Grab whenever it's more comfortable. Maybe for you it's going to be very comfortable right next to your knees because you won't have that space to grab your feet. Anyway, keep your spine on the ground, almost glued to the ground from your sacrum to the crown. It might also happen that your sides are not equal, which is completely normal. Okay, beautiful. And release. Move your feet down, stretch your hands, and make a bit of a wind-chilled Vinyasa. Inhale, lift your knees up. You can lift also your toes. On an exhale, twist to one side. Then lift and twist to your second side. To release any tension you might get after all those balancing exercises. Yeah, beautiful. And now find your Shavasana. Stretch your hands and legs in a comfortable fashion, further or closer to your body. Close your eyes. Gently scan your body from the feet to your crown. With each exhale, releasing everything not serving you today, away from the bubble of your body, of your aura, of yourself. And the moment that think or thought moves away behind that bubble, it won't have possibility to come back and to disturb you again. And then very slowly start imagining that this bubble starts to shrink and shrink and shrink until it starts to touch your skin. And like a big suit, it covers your skin all over, melts inside your skin, but not deeper in. It creates like an additional layer on your skin. So you know you have that additional membrane of yours, keeping you safe and sound, keeping you focused and undistracted, keeping you protected from all those things that are not serving you on an everyday basis. And with your next inhale, start to wiggle your fingers and your toes, maybe your ankles, your wrists, and head side to side. Yeah, gently wiggle and stretch. And your knees move to your chest, hug with your arms and rock a bit side to side. for additional opening and to massage your spine. And with your eyes closed, roll on your one side, push the floor or mat away, and come back into sitting in a comfortable position. Hands together in front of your heart. Take a deep inhale in to stretch your spine, and exhale, bow your chin to your chest, mind toward your heart. And let's chant one Om as a closure. Let's take an inhale in. And when you feel ready, blink open your eyes and rise your gaze. Beautiful. And I want to thank you for being with me today, for taking care of your body and finding yourself strong and balanced in this super unbalanced world that we live in. What else? If you liked it, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it in the comment how much you liked it, or share it with your friend or family member that needs like a gentle approach to yoga. As you see, I'm always trying to give you that support from yoga and not just go within poses without any hits or cues what to do to keep it more safe and healthy till the end of your lifetime or even further. By the way, if you liked my little podcast, tell me which topic should I address soon. Right now I am addressing the topic of fear and how to overcome fear in life, and within that topic I also shared with you a beautiful meditation around 15 minutes to help you overcome your fear. Okay, that's all for today. The link I'm gonna just put it somewhere here, and see you next week on the mat on YouTube. Hari Om Om Tat Sat. Namaste. And bye bye.